everybody, and welcome to another episode of Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make fun of movies that we have not seen based only on their weird descriptions.
I'm Brantley.
And I'm Albert, and I'm going to be kicking things off this week with a little movie.
No, this was like a 40-minute movie?
Called Dollman.
Okay.
See what I did there with the because it's about a doll man.
The Dollman?
I think it's just called Dollman.
Okay.
Have you seen a movie called The Dollman?
Well, not a movie, but there's a guy from, I think, P.T. Barnum who was called the Dollman because he was the shortest guy alive.
This is not about him. Unless his name was Brick Bardo.
I don't think his name was quite that great.
Brick Bardo is a traveler from outer space who is forced to land on Earth. And I know you said that it was... I know you mentioned the name, but I do need us to dwell on the fact that Brick Bardo is just a great name.
That's a good name.
Though regular-sized on his home planet, he is doll-sized here on Earth.
That must be frustrating. Especially if you're like actually like kind of tall, and then you come here, it's like you are minuscule, and it's just people. I just like you're not obscenely tiny, but if you were just like short for us, and you're just like this is stupid.
Oh, he's obscenely. He's literally doll-sized. Like he's a old school G.I. Joe, I think, or maybe even smaller than that. We're talking full-on miniature dude. Like, he just comes from a planet where they have humanoid people, but they're about, 8 inches tall. Which is a great trope, by the way. There's a great kid series called The Rod Albright and the Galactic Patrol or whatever. And the first book involves these aliens crashing in his room in a toy-sized spaceship. And they come out and they're 3 inches tall, and they've miniaturized themselves, and they can't unminiaturize it themselves. So they just have to, deal with that. They also made a movie that's on Netflix now.
I read an anthology book that had one that was, these aliens crash and they're super tiny, and the whole thing is, this kid, he's trying to protect them from everybody, going on. And at the very end, the people leave, and it's man, let's get back to Earth. That place was crazy.
What?
It's actually, those were humans, and the whole time we're following aliens around.
Oh.
I like it.
Okay.
Turning things on their heads. I like it.
I could see that being
It's no, that place was nuts. Giant and crazy.
Though regular size on his home planet, he is doll sized here on Earth, as are the enemy forces who have landed as well.
Well, I think we can handle them.
Yeah, it's just one well placed grenade, and we've dealt with the whole problem. Although I imagine they're also good at stealth, right? You don't even know that they're there. And it's hard to tell, you can't go call the police and be like, I saw an 8-inch tall dude, and he's...
Yeah, but then there's, raccoons and bears.
That's fair. Well,
that would be fascinating. They're stuck on the planet, but they're just in the woods, and there's, bears around. What is that thing?
Giant kaiju-sized bear.
I really want a bear kaiju.
There is one in a book called, Born. Spelled with an E at the end.
Okay.
Check it out.
Okay.
While Brick enlists the help of an impoverished girl and her son, the bad guys enlist the help of a local gang. I really want to know how that conversation went down.
I really want to see the reverse, where it's yeah, we're the good guys. We're the mob. Yeah, but could you help us? And meanwhile, there's listen, children, help us. Pointing their tiny guns at them.
What did they do? I'm just imagining a bunch of hardened MST3K members. I was gonna say
yeah,
MS
Joel and Mike, and they're just hardcore now. Just making fun of the premise the whole time. It's yeah, look at these tiny dolls.
They're just
man, we should have stuck. I have dignity, sir.
I was full sized on my planet. What say?
What say you?
When word leaks out as to his location, all hell breaks loose.
Does it?
I guess.
They're tiny. Unless they have super
Well, no,
weapons.
but they have the gang members with them that
That's
they convince somehow. These, again, just tatted up rough dudes. Some 8-inch tall guys came in and be like, "Could you help us out, beat up this real..." And there's wait, we don't want to help you. He's a good guy. Okay, fine, we'll help you. You say he's an 8-inch tall cop? Yeah, we'll help with that.
He's a cop. I hate the cops. He's tiny. Even better. I have an inferiority complex to take out on somebody. Give me that tiny guy.
Brick is besieged by an onslaught of curious kids, angry gang members, and his own doll-sized enemies. And he must protect the family who has helped him and get off the planet alive. I was gonna say, I mentioned he's a cop, but it says he's just an outer space traveler. It's cool if he's like here hunting these other bad guys though. Mm-hmm. But I think this is a cool premise. Yeah. The whole idea of the little people against the big people, and he's got big people on his side, but they're not like, they probably don't have guns, or at least they're not good with the guns. I know for a fact he has a gun because I've read some other stuff about this. It's a little gun, but it'll still blow you in half.
So it's lasers? Because I'm sure like tiny bullets.
I don't know.
It's like, that hurts. Stop it.
Next up, we have Demonic Toys.
Good movie.
Crap, really?
Maybe the same guy who made the...
same guy who made Dollman, actually.
Oh, Dollman? Oh, okay, I was going to say the Puppet Master movies, and eventually they had a crossover.
Have you seen Demonic Toys?
Yes, I've seen all of them. They're good movies. I say good. They're fun movies.
So you have
that dude's kind of obsessed with naked people, though.
Dollman versus Demonic Toys.
I haven't seen that one, though.
I guess I need to read the Demonic Toys description just so we have it for... Okay. This is breaking the rules, but we are gonna do our best to this description.
We're not covering that movie. We're just getting that out there for backstory for the one we are going to cover.
A botched bust on a pair of arms... This is Demonic Toys, by the way.
Yep.
A botched bust on a pair of arms dealers inadvertently leads to the raising of a 66-year-old demon. Wait, what? It's not that old. 66-year-old... Brantley doesn't have any comment because he's seen the movie. With the power to bring toys to life as his personal minions, I'm just gonna say it, worst demon ever. The demon
I can't remember if it's the first one or the second one, but he's played like a little kid, but he has like this adult voice dubbed over him, and it's actually a really cool effect.
Okay. The demon is looking for a body to inhabit so he can increase his powers, and it just so happens that one of the police officers is pregnant with the ideal host.
A baby.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know why he can't
get that full lifespan out of there.
Well, he's only 66. That... Again, I don't... The 66-year-old demon part is weird. I think he was
just, like, bound there. It's been a while since I've seen the movie.
Okay. As the murderous toys close in on their victims, the officer must not only fight for her life, but for the soul of her unborn child. His body also, by the way, that is something that the demon wants. I mean, that's the thing the demon wants, is the body. Anyway, Brantley's seen that one, so he can't have as much fun with it as I was hoping to. But I was... Man, the reveal of Dollman versus the Demonic Toys is not as great anymore. I gotta say, though, this is Dollman versus Demonic Toys. This also is supposed to mash in another movie called Bad Channels. Have you seen that movie?
Never heard of it.
Maybe, do you want to hit that real quick?
Sure.
This is extemporaneous, but we'll...
Seriously, you guys should check out the Puppet Master movies. If you haven't seen them, they're a lot of fun.
Puppet Master.
Yeah, they're
I thought you were saying Pub Master, and I was like, no. I don't think that's accurate.
Like they're little, again, living, puppets that have like themes. Like one of them, Pinhead, is just like a tiny head and a really like giant hands. He's just super strong. One of them has a drill on top of his head. They do like bores out people's heads with.
All right.
And there's Six Shot, who has guns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the synopsis for Bad Channels, and I would look for a longer one if I was doing this pre-show, but we're just going to read what's directly on IMDb. An alien lands in a small town and promptly takes over the local radio station.
All right.
So it's like UHF,
it's
the
like
prequel?
It's like The Wire from Doctor Who.
I mean, I guess they might have gotten that idea from this one.
I doubt that people have heard of this, and that was a dumb episode. Hungry.
Is that from like old school Doctor Who?
No, that's from Tenet. That's from Tenet's first season. I think they're there to see the Queen's I guess inauguration. I don't know the actual order when she takes the throne.
Okay.
And it's going to be broadcast all over the world, and there's like this entity called the Wire that lives in the TVs.
Yes, I remember that.
One, yeah, it was dumb.
I remember that not being great. This is radio, though, apparently.
Oh.
We don't know if they hypnotize people over the radio. Let's call back to last episode.
Is Cheney in this one?
No, I don't think so. Not in 1992.
I think he was still active.
He might have been.
He's super old, though.
The disc jockey Dan O'Dare, great disc jockey
That's
name.
a good name, yeah.
Well known for his publicity stunts, becomes a hostage. Oh no! I'm just imagining this
And
now.
he's just like,
I'm trapped in the radio station. It's been taken over by aliens. People's like, oh, that Dan O'Dare. I love his bits.
he's just like, I see now where I might have taken some poor turns in life, and that this is coming back to bite me.
Yeah,
Seriously, come save me.
If only I'm thinking of a little boy who's cried wolf many times.
He's just saying this over the radio. He's still calm. It's like, much like the boy who cried wolf, I too am coming to grab my previous actions. Seriously though, I may die. Come help me. Like, oh, that Dan.
The alien uses the radio station and Dan's amused audience.
Yeah.
They're just like, he's screaming in pain, and they're like,
Man, he's going all out for this one.
Oh, the special effects are great this time around, too. Amused audience, this last sentence here is like one of the wildest things that I can think of. I mean, it does come around to Doctor Who style stuff, too. To target and subsequently shrink women for his collection.
Well, now we know how they can cross over with Dollman.
I guess so, yeah.
And demonic toys.
Yes, they're all about the same
Oh,
size.
there's like a teddy bear, too. That's great. Anyway, sorry.
What is this alien's deal where he's all about tiny women? Never mind, I don't want to
There's
know.
a fetish for everything.
No,
man.
yeah. I've seen that used to be more of a common movie thing. We actually covered a miniaturization movie back in the day, and I've seen an MST3K riff on one as well, where it's like this doctor's like, I have made you tiny, or I don't know.
I'm just thinking of Bride of Frankenstein, that really dumb scene where he's like, my experiments were on a smaller scale, and he just made tiny people.
Yes.
I was like, and here's my experiment with seaweed, and he pulls out a mermaid. It's a dumb movie. I hate that movie.
So we know, you have Dollman,
Yes.
which we've covered. Tiny soldier from space fights other tiny bad guys. Demonic toys.
Which is great and dumb.
All right, Bad Channels, which is another alien story. I guess Dollman might know him about shrinking.
2 aliens and a demon.
Finally, now we get to the crossover event of the century, Brentley. The Avengers Infinity War got nothing on this.
I love that meme, by the way. The Marvel, this is the most ambitious crossover, and then like it's just random stuff that had happened. My favorite is the one that like the 80s cartoon that was like all the cartoons that were around at that time, and it's like, guys.
Dollman versus Demonic Toys. This is, by the way, taken from a review. A lot of times I can find longer descriptions in reviews, and I enjoy them better.
It's cool. We've had some fun build up to this one.
A hobo falls from a little child's tricycle.
What was he doing?
He's a hobo, man.
I'm more interested in the story that led up to that moment.
Well, he probably...
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just screwing around randomly on things, and, you know, my nieces have toys. I was like, I'm on a tricycle. And then you're a giant guy and you fall over. So, yeah, this is pretty standard.
But he's a hobo. So he's like, I'm just imagining he's got the hat, you know, the typical hobo caricature, the hat with, like, the top popped off, like, the really ratty clothes. He's got stink lines coming off him. He's just, like, riding down the street.
So he's like the that old guy from Paranorman.
Possibly. Does he have a tricycle?
I don't think he did, but I'm just like the old guy to picture him.
Okay.
Now put him on a child's tricycle. I like the specification of child's tricycle.
Rather than one of those full size.
There are the motor ones.
They do exist. No, there's a guy who has a pedal, like a literal full size bicycle looking tricycle in this neighborhood that drives it around. And I don't want to throw any shade on him. Okay, maybe he's just got a bad sense of balance or something. But they do exist. Anyway, this is not one of those. It's a child's tricycle. He falls from it, and his head smashes the solid floor so hard his blood flows for ages.
How was he on a hill? How fast was he going?
Ages, Brentley. All right, the Jurassic has passed, and the Triassic is coming in, and his blood.
The Big Bang Theory's montage is playing, and it's just that dude's blood just pouring down the hill.
Glug.
How much blood did he have? He's like an anime character.
Not to mention something magic about his blood.
Hobo Jesus
Creates 4 demonic dolls from thin air and little bolts of lightning. Yep.
And demonic toys, or at least they were in a toy warehouse, so it made kind of sense.
Well, maybe that's where he got the child's tricycle.
But I mean, they just made up.
Hobo breaks into the warehouse, sees a tricycle. He's like half drunk or whatever.
Whatever.
I'm gonna relive the glorious of my youth. And I'm going on a tricycle and ride around.
The security guard and the guy are still there. Like, there's this whole B plot about there's a security guard for the warehouse, and he orders fried chicken. Okay. And apparently they deliver fried chicken. And it's two of them plus the cop trying to survive, and I think another chick that just...
Why don't they deliver fried chicken is the real question.
I don't care.
Okay. I think because it wouldn't stay crunchy in the car.
I continue to not care about chicken.
Okay. What's happening? They're watching this hobo riding around a tricycle, like betting on, like, I bet I'll run into that thing.
No, they're just still around. Like, they're only the first movie I like the idea they're just still around. I can't remember if they're dead or not.
Okay. Oh, this is a real thing that happened in Demonic Toys, is what you're saying.
No, there was just, like, that's half the cast is those two, the demon, the cop, and some, like, I think a little girl who just hangs out in the warehouse.
I know the cop shows up in this one. We'll get to her, though. They are the same demonic dolls beleaguered cop Tracy Coggins battled in a previous film. Demonic Toys.
Yes.
A clown with a snake's tail, a baby doll with a potty mouth. I assume that's figurative.
No.
No, she literally has a
sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. An action figure with a twisted sense of rage on his face. And one of those toy robots with lasers that blast out little light rays of red.
Yeah, no, it's actual lasers and they explode.
That's great. That's great.
Amazing.
I actually really enjoy that. This reminds me of an SCP article I read that was just a toy robot, but it was possible to, like, it was still like, it would act like a toy, but like if you selected the wrong settings, it would just straight up kill you. Coggins realizes that these toys are simply too small for her to reach within the toy factory ducts. So she enlists the aid of alien cop from Arturus, Tim Thomerson. What? Tim Thomerson? What happened to Brick Bardo?
He wasn't a cop.
Fine.
He might have been a cop. If so, he's a different cop.
I don't... Well, now we have to watch Dollman to figure out what happened to... I mean, they say here in the thing that he's from the film Dollman. And miniature nurse hottie Melissa Bear from Bad Channels to stop them once and for all.
I like that it's not the alien. She's like, she was never regrown. She's just still tiny.
Yeah, no, I guess spoilers for the end of Bad Channels. Melissa Bear is still tiny at the end of it. Yowza. The thing that confuses me most about this movie, and there's a lot of interesting things, but why does the hobo have magic blood?
Maybe he's like the hobo from hobo from Hellraiser, who in between stalking the protagonist was just chilling on a tricycle.
Hellraiser, I don't know have I seen that one? Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that one. Okay.
Which,
maybe. By
the way, again, I think I brought this up a couple times. Weirdest reference they ever did in Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated is reference Hellraiser.
Okay, I can see that though.
One of his
kids don't know what Hellraiser is.
No, but one of his lines is, "We have such sights to show you," and then it's all about masochism, sadomasochism.
Okay.
But like Sheriff Bronson is the competent cop in the cartoon. He's just like, "We get whatever stuff the people can't claim." He's got the box on his desk and he kind of pokes it and it solves itself, and the door knocks. And he opens it and it's like from the point of view of whoever's talking, but it's just like green light is like, "We have such sights to show you." Not interested, and just closes the door. Like, what just happened?
That's hilarious.
That show was so good.
Well, that's going to do it for this week on Too Weird Didn't Watch. Thank you so much for listening. If you like this episode, don't forget to tell a friend about it on Twitter, on Facebook, on real life, if you have friends in real life. We would really appreciate it. I do.
Nobody is really
We're in the same room together, Brentley.
We're friends on Twitter, and we happen to be in the same spot.
And watch Rampage together.
Yes.
It's going to be great. Our friendship is about 70% monster movie based.
And are you against that?
No, not at all.
Exactly.
Also, we have a Patreon over at patreon.com/TooWeirdDidn'tWatch. You can check that out and support us monetarily if that's your jam. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Bye, guys.